Listen, nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to making your own vegan chicken at home and creating a crispy chicken sandwich. Look, it's awesome that many of us can go to the store and get vegan chicken products. But when it comes down to it, making your own is cheaper and better in every way. This chicken recipe gives you the perfect flavorful juicy bite with amazing texture. Let's get started. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Press some extra firm tofu and grab a blender. It is time to make some vegan chicken patties. To your blender, add 2/3 cup of water, half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon poultry seasoning, 1/4 teaspoon of MSG, 2 teaspoons onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of white miso, and 1 tablespoon of veggie oil. And then crumble in 6 ounces of your pressed firm tofu. If you don't have a scale, just look for a 12-ounce pack of tofu and then roughly cut that in the middle as best as you can. I believe in you. Then go ahead and liquify the ingredients. Absolutely pulverize them, or else you'll end up with grainy chicken that's all jacked up. And then mix in 1 cup of vital wheat gluten and combine thoroughly. Once you have your sticky dough, go ahead and either knead it like you hate it for 5 to 10 minutes, or add the dough to a stand mixer like me for 3 to 5 minutes on low to medium speed. We've got a ton of wet ingredients in here, and it is absolutely critical to develop the gluten strands by agitating the dough. Then bring your dough to your cutting board, shape it into a roughly symmetrical log, and cut it into 3 to 6 slices depending on how big you want your chicken burgers. I'm making big uns, so I'm gonna make these into 3 patties. Form them the best you can into the size you want. You can use the size of your buns for reference. By the way, these will not expand from this size. Keep in mind that they don't have to be perfect discs, as animal-based versions are not perfect circles either. If anything, the more unique they are, the better. Once formed, place them on a wire rack on top of a baking pan and bake it on the middle rack for 20 minutes. We're doing this so that they retain their shape during the simmer. If they get puffy in there, don't worry, that is totally normal. Once baked, gently place your little chicky boys in the hot tub of veggie stock and simmer gently uncovered for 20 minutes, making sure they don't boil. Boiling seitan is a no-no. Remove the pot from the heat, and once they are room temperature, store in a bag or a container as I have here, submerged in the simmer stock overnight in the fridge. We're letting the patties rest here so they develop that perfect texture. All right, so on to the next day, let's make our crispy chicken sando. To fry, add 2 inches of peanut oil to a deep pot and heat it as close as you can to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. While that is getting to temp, let's prep our fry station. So to make the wash, add a 1/2 cup of plant-based milk. I'm using oat milk here that is full fat, 5 grams of salt, a splash of vinegar. I'm using apple cider vinegar here, and then whisk it all to combine. For the breading station, put together 50 grams of all-purpose flour. Whoa there, also make sure you buy a bag of flour without a hole in it. How did that even happen? Anyway, 25 grams of cornstarch, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika to taste, 1 teaspoon of MSG, 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, and then about a 1/4 cup of your wash to your dry ingredients, using a fork to mix it so you get nice little clumps in the flour. This is going to give us nice fried crispy bits on the patty. And let's begin. After giving your patty a nice bath in the wash, move your patty to the flour and press aggressively, so all the crevices get filled with flour on both sides. If you don't do this, it will probably fall off. So really get in there while making sure you also don't destroy the burger. Then submerge gently in the oil, making sure to drop away from you so we don't get any of those burny splashies. Safety first, folks. Keep an eye on it and fry it until it is golden brown, which will take somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes depending on how hot your oil is. Once golden brown, drain on a wire rack and repeat for anything else you want to fry. If not served right away, you can keep them hot in the dry heat of the oven on 200 degrees Fahrenheit until you're ready. To assemble, add some mayo to your toasted bun, some pickles, your beautiful crispy chicken patty, 2 slices of tomatoes salted with kosher salt or flaky salt for bonus points, some more mayo on top of your bun, and enjoy. Look at that. In hindsight, I probably went a little crazy on the mayo, but I like it. Fight me. This is just one way to make this, and do it how you want. Damn.
Like you bite into it and it's got that fatty, juicy flavor. The pickles give it a nice little sweet, I don't know, like bitter, sour, and the texture and the grain is just incredible. When we put it in that stand mixer, the gluten contract and pull back together, and that's gonna create that grain that's really gonna make it have that like hearty texture to it. When you eat vegan, you can't necessarily like go to Chick-fil-A, you can't go to McDonald's, which is great because those companies are absolutely terrible. But what's great is with just like a little bit of effort, you can make a fresh chicken sandwich at home, which is just as good. And this is like a meal. You want smaller patties, I highly recommend doing the 6 patties. All in all, you gotta get in the kitchen. You gotta make this. I've been saying it through all of my videos. Please get in the kitchen. Make seitan. It's a lot easier than you think. It lasts forever in the fridge, especially in the freezer. I've had it last months in the freezer. So with that said, be nice to each other and keep cooking.